once again, Friday has landed like a big, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful summer's day. Good God! Whip it out for you, because today we're having some ERP. We've not had ERP for ages, and it's about goddamn time. It's about goddamn time we went back to our roots of people being fucking weird in World of Warcraft, being utterly bizarre in all ways. So I thank you all for joining me in what has been an exhausting couple of weeks between all the Blizzard stuff and all the streams and Andy being away and all that kind of stuff. I just want to do some TDPs and stuff, you know, and chill. I want to do some legacy stuff and do all that. But we did get to try out some Destiny 2 this week. We also jumped into Wolfenstein 2. Oh, baby, what a game. What a game. Really some twists and turns in that one. Really some twists and turns in that one, which is all good, man. It is all good. Can we get a demonetization process? Can we get it? Hells yeah. Hells yeah. Apparently they're changing it. I will let you all know. I will let you all know if the demonetization process becomes corrected. I will be the first to inform you all, believe me, because I'll be as happy as anybody to see that thing disappear. We'll see. We'll see. But we're waiting. Bated breath. We'll see. It doesn't work now because the video I just uploaded, which had crashes as we were uploading it because Wolfenstein 2 was all broken, it needed some fixes anyway, but it was also demonetized. So there you go. So there you go. All that kind of stuff. What have I got in front of me? I've got 3 stories. 3 stories here. There's love and there's filth and there's comedy gold. And that's all we need. That's all we need on a Friday, isn't it? That is all we need on a Friday. That is everything we need. That's going to sit me perfectly for a Friday afternoon. That is going to settle me down. All right. Let's do the demonetization test. There you go. I think a man's about to bare his soul. Bare his soul for you wonderful people here. This story needs himself. We need a girl. Who's going to be Catherine. Hi, Catherine. From our wonderful Patreons. And another boy who is going to be... Ooh, Fraser. Hi, Fraser. Thank you for your support, Mr. Fraser. Catherine and Fraser. And we need a guild name. Now, it says here, and live audience, prepare to have your mind blown, who haven't already seen this. This guild was named Blah, but as I was the GM and the guild is officially dead... I'm not opposed to you using the name. The guild name was... Intensified. I'm just going to join a guild called Intensified. Alright? Yeah. Yeah. Told you we were getting the emo hair for whenever we need it. We have the emo hair on standby. We have the emo hair on standby, ready to go. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. I can't remember what stream we said we were going to do that. It might have been a drama time, but either way, there we go. Anyway, hello and greetings from the good old state of Texas. And it says here, try our cream gravy, goddammit, it's good. I don't want any cream gravy. Did we? Is that what was that? That big Texan barbecue? Texas cream gravy. Shall we look? It sounds gross. It sounds thick. It sounds thick. Texas cream gravy. Images. Oh, it's that white gravy. That's not gravy. All right? Look. This, my friends, is not gravy. It's almost... a peppercorn sauce, at best. Alright? I want pictures, Deviant Path. That is not a gravy. No, sir. We do not accept the cream gravy as acceptable, right? That's disgusting, isn't it? That's gross. It's icky, boogers and cum, peppered jizz. It's not gonna fly, Arthur. Let it be known, it's not gonna fly. I'm a huge fan of Drama Time, though. I mainly listen to the VODs on the YouTubes while I level my various alts throughout Legion. They're always got me thinking about my past experiences in WoW. I'm old school, vanilla, started at the ripe old age of 10. And I have been playing the game ever since. Stories I could tell. But the one I wanted to tell first is about a girl I met and how I lost my virginity in the saddest way possible. Got laid, though. I mean, can't be that bad. Can it? It's got to be alright. Gravy should be brown. Gravy's brown. Gravy is brown. That's all I've got to say. The story starts at the end of Wrath of the Lich King. I was 15, yeah? And also the leader of my own 10-man raiding guild. Intensified. It's a regulation Wrath 10-man guild. Oh, right, we're good. We're good. We're sorted. We've got a picture. We're building the image, aren't we? We're Bob Rossing it. I started this guild because I was fed up with the server's progress. Because I'm so good at this game, mate. I didn't raid during Vanilla or TBC, but I heard that there were some guilds back then. Not anymore, it seemed. Only one guild had killed 10-man Lich King by the time the 30% buff was active, and nobody had managed to do him on 25-man, heroic of course, until halfway into the first Cataclysm tier. Anyways, I put together this guild with a few of my IRL friends. Oh, it's a group of 15-year-old raiders. Yes, please, more of this. Dreams are what is created out. This is the fabric that stitches our society together. It's beautiful. As well as a few good players I'd encountered in some other shit guilds. Our goal was to defeat Lich King 10 heroic before Kata. Many of the other guilds had given up even trying. And the only guild that had defeated him on 10-man decided to merge with another guild on a different server to become 25. Unfortunately, though, we were stuck trying to find good enough resto shaman to help us out. Ours bailed on us right after we downed Syndragosa. It was only during this time that I decided to play some alts. I was leveling a rogue through Nagrand when I noticed that Halar was being contested. I flew over to see what the fuss was about. What's going on over here, mate? Up in Halar? When I saw her, a female blood elf hunter, Catherine, getting repeatedly killed by these two Alliance players. I could tell she wasn't used to farm battle tokens, since she was actually trying to PvP. I felt bad for Catherine. I decided to log my main, my glorious Frost DK, who I still main to this day. He was pretty beef, had mostly BIS 264 gear from 10 heroic and normal 25. But I was still a little nervous. I hadn't really engaged in PvP before, and I assumed these Alliance players were probably pros as they were at Halar. Yeah. Whoa, where you at? Halar? Whoa. No, thank you. I want none of that. I want none of that. No, thank you. My mind was thinking over battle strategies as I got there. What if they had a ton of resilience gear? Would I be able to beat them? Who should I kill first? I should make sure to interrupt them. I landed. I was genuinely nervous. I remember it to this day. Who should I go for first? But the battle began. I engaged my battle mode. I casted army and we'll go from there. They dropped nearly instantly. I think my Army of the Dead took out the first guy in a few melee swings. I didn't really have a chance to even hit him with anything more than Icy Touch, and that was mainly to get the ghouls to jump on him. His poor friend went down in a couple of globals. He took a few more hits and Icy Touch and an Obliterate before he too dropped. I don't remember that hunter's name. So I typed in general chat to let her know that I had killed the Alliance for her. I felt like the biggest hero of the day, saving this poor hunter in distress. Perhaps a damsel. Using the word damsel, and I don't have a fedora near me, but I want you guys to picture me with a fedora. There's a definite... This is a damsel? At least I assume she was a damsel. She was playing a female blood elf hunter, and she had a cutesy pet with a cutesy pet name. I had seen enough WoW to make a pretty good guess that this was a girl. She responded. to my cheerful message, letting her know that she was safe. She was now safe. She was happy to realize that it was, in fact, not bullshit when she got there. They respawned and tried to get revenge, but they were still no match for me. I made sure to protect her this time as well. They went away after that, and I asked her why. Why are you here? And she replied that she was a mount collector and really, really wanted those halal mounts. I knew at this point my assumptions were 200% accurate. The female hunter, the pet's name, the mount collecting. It all screamed vagina to me. It's like ticking all the boxes. I love it. I was 15. I began to engage my smooth talk. I told her first that it was my pleasure to help her in any way. I stood by her side while she purchased the mounts that she wanted. And then she flew away. We went our separate ways for a time. Off to Cataclysm. My guild was still around. We did manage to defeat the Lich King after only 2 weeks. It was exactly 97 attempts in, and I didn't feel too bad about that. Even though our first kill was due to him glitching out. You should feel bad about that. You should have wiped it. Because that, my friend, is an illegitimate kill. Is what it is. It happens. It happens rarely. Rarely does it happen. But there are times when you should be calling a wipe. Because it's clearly not working correctly. We were low. And he ended up killing us all when he went to suck our souls into Frostmourne. Our Resto Shaman used Reincarnate at some weird timing and managed to avoid being pulled in. Oh, that's pretty normal. You can actually do that. While the Lich King just stood there, channeling. He asked us what to do, and I just screamed at him, DPS, and pray. It was probably the most epic boss kill I've experienced. Slash flexing aside, we were still together. I had pretty much forgotten about Catherine at this point. It had been a few months. I hadn't seen or heard from her since. Then one day, I see her. Sitting on the top of Garrosh's spiky hut in the centre of Orgrimmar's main area. I threw her the whisper. We started talking casually. She didn't really remember me well. Fuck. Fuck. But she took my word about who I was and what had happened when we had met originally. Okay. Happens to me like every day. A lot of people think I'm a girl. What you think was a big moment in your life is literally a Tuesday. That's all it is. It's just a Tuesday for me. We became friends and ended up learning about this priest who was her girlfriend. I say girlfriend because this guy was insane enough to go about telling everybody on the server that he was a girl. He would use a voice changer and everything. Catherine never knew the reason why Fraser did it. Her only theory that it was a typical story of, I'm a girl, give me stuff. The type of thing I'd been experiencing in games since I started playing RuneScape back in 2001. I didn't notice at the time, and I cared very little for her relationship status as I was crushing super hard on an IRL girl from my high school. I think it was the fact that it was over winter break from school, but that interest in IRL girls started to dwindle slowly the more and more I talked to Catherine. She was interesting, you see. And I disliked the way Fraser treated her. I could treat her better than that. I think we should have some, like, your white armor should be so polished at this point. It should reflect the sun in such a way as to blind everybody around you. I would be such a better man for you. So better. She would tell me stories about how Fraser would always get drunk. They lived together in New York and she hated it. She felt trapped though. She had no job, no source of income. Fraser was providing everything. Oh, she was completely dependent on Fraser since her mother lived out in the country in North Carolina and she had no internet. They talked over the phone but she didn't have a reliable way to support her. Her mum hated that she was there too. When Catherine and I weren't discussing her miserable girlfriend, we would talk about other things though. We talked about what we wanted to do in life. Yeah. About what we wanted to do in WoW. The things and dreams and the moments we'd experienced so far. She was teased and picked on in school for being bubbly, having glasses, giant boobs, and her last name. I will include you on the name for you and Andy, but please don't share it on stream. Let me tell you, it's a comedy name. It's wonderful, actually. This coupled with the fact that her father had left their family when she was young. Left her sad, anxiety, distrust of people. I think that's also why she was willing to basically run away with Fraser. I have no idea how they ended up meeting, but he had internet and lived far away from her troubled past. I tried to give her the courage to get out of there. I didn't want her with Fraser, both for selfish and selfless reasons. He wasn't for her. I wanted her. I was for her. I told her how I felt. And she replied that she felt the same. It had been the first time I had really bonded with a girl after my first breakup. A relationship I had had for nearly 3 years. And it felt magical. To connect. Right? We're connecting. Do you feel it? Tight. We had so much to discuss. And I was always trying to make her happy. I started taking her into my guild's farm runs whenever nobody else needed loot. And I got her the 10-man heroic Lich King kill by telling her to jump off the edge and die while we killed it. Fraser was so pissed about this. He could never get to her raid. He tried to get her interested multiple times in raiding and she always said no. He knew I was special in her eyes. Takes a hell of a man to take a girl raiding. You must be one hell of a guy. I'm special. And he antagonized me about it from then on. He would subtly flaunt their relationship to me all the time. I didn't want to block him because I didn't want to give him that kind of satisfaction. I knew something like that would probably verify that I had feelings for her, and I didn't want that. One night, though, he set me off badly. A real triggering. I went crazy on him. I accused him of being awful and just generally talking shit to and about him. I told him how she cared for me, not him. I told him he didn't deserve a girl like her. I told him all the things she had told me about him. It is at this point in typing the story that my parents started doing the do. Definitely not relevant, but I want you to know that while I'm typing this, I can hear my parents fucking. That's a first. That's a first. Oh, God. This is why we have headphones. And fixed. All right. And by the way, good job. No! Oh, man. We've blue screened. We've blue screened of death. Whatever Wolfie has done to my system is not good. It's not good, team. We've blue screened. Wing it. We'll give it a second. Oh, the blue screen of death. That's the 5th time I've seen it today since installing Wolfenstein. God damn, man. God damn. But I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you all about my brand new mouse. It's the new Naga Hex. Look at that. Woo! It's actually really big. Look at that. Even in my hands, it fills it up. How good's that? There you go. There's my new mouse. Right, my PC's almost back on. We're good. The PC's back. There we go. All good. Thank God for SSDs, 18. Thank God for SSDs. Aren't they good? SSDs abyss. Now, do I remember the names? It's a good question, Mike. I do. I got this. We're all good. Show the mouse again. Show the mouse again. Do it again. All right. Okay. It's at this point in time of the story that my parents have just started doing the do. You should probably let chat know. Okay. He didn't respond much to my outrage, but he seemed very smug. A few minutes later, Catherine logs in and tells me I fucked up. I had fucked up? She tells me that she is no longer allowed to speak to me anymore. She had been forbidden from having contact with me. She seemed genuinely upset. I realized that I had completely fucked up. How could I relay all of this information to somebody who is a total piece of shit? I actually worried about what he would do to her, but that was the last I would hear from Catherine for quite some time. A month or so passed when I realized that she hadn't actually blocked me on the good book. Yes. Yes, we're in. I assumed she would, but she'd only removed me, not blocked me. I took the opportunity to go through her friends. Okay. We're doing this now. As we go further into the story, chat, if you could let me know when you personally hit a point where we think we've gone too far, you can let me know. All right. Just say too far, and we'll tick down the boxes as we go and see when we get everybody. Okay. I took the opportunity to go through her friends. Found a post from her mother wishing her a happy birthday from the year prior. I took this opportunity to message her mum. That's me. I'm done. I'm done. You went to the mother? Holy shit. Okay, I messaged her mother and explained my situation. I thought that maybe Catherine's mum would be able to convince her to come back home. I didn't care at this point if she ever spoke to me again, but I needed to try and get her away from Fraser. Eventually, her mother messaged me back. It turned out she would go to the library in town for internet on occasion. It's really sad. I'm not sure what's sadder now. The situation with the guy and the girl and the other guy, or going to the library for internet. She agreed with me and told me she would try. A few weeks later, Catherine calls me. She was at a hotel with her mother, who had come to pick her up. She came at a time when Fraser wasn't home and had run away without saying anything to freedom. I think it had been 5 or so months into this whole thing. Catherine told me there and then that she loved me for everything I had done for her and wanted to start an relationship with me. Official relationship, an official one, like a proper one. I flew to see her on her birthday that summer. We weren't allowed to sleep in the same room. And we were on what her mother called relationship watch for sexual activity. Relationship watch. We didn't want to risk it and cause problems with her mother. But the night before I had to go back home, we both agreed, fuck it, literally, and we went ahead. In order to be fast, we didn't really remove any of our clothes. That's what was necessary. Now, you always hear stories of the dreaded two-pump chump virgins. I'm proud to say that I got a few more out. Yes! Yes! He got a few more out. I lasted at least 3, but it was the best 3 pumps I've had in my entire 16 years of life. We dated for over a year, and I even went to visit her again in the winter. It was my big Christmas gift from my family that year. I was now 17, and her mother was totally cool with letting us bang, since we were of legal age in both our states. That's law, yo. Shit is law, yo. Shit is law. She was a little older than me. I ended up breaking up with her, though, because of the fact that, you know, we were miles and miles apart and we'd seen each other twice in the year. The distance in general didn't really help. In total of our relationship, we had seen each other in person for 14 days. And it was over a year. I still cared about her, but she was furious. We didn't talk until my 21st birthday, a little over 2 years ago. We're friends again now, and I'm in a committed relationship and wouldn't date long distance again. But I do care about her still, and I'm glad we're friends. The current events of Fraser recently told me that one of their mutual friends updated her on his story. He ended up marrying somebody, having a kid with them, and also ended up doing crack from their house. I might lose custody of the kid. That's really sad. I don't want to hear that. Once a shitter, always a shitter, I guess. I've included a picture for you so you can see my lost virginity clothes. Do you want to see the lost virginity clothes? Okay, I need to put it in the context here. Okay. No, thanks, yes. Okay, there you go. This is a picture of us at the airport as I was about to leave. She was crying, but I made her mum take a picture. Now, once you've read the story, you know that we were not supposed to have sex. This is the t-shirt I lost my virginity in. And it's got a hood one! It's a hood t-shirt! What a bro! What a bro! He lost it in his hood t-shirt? Classy. That's the classy shit I want to see. I want to see the classy nonsense like that. I really do. It's beautiful. It's special. For the hood! Yeah, that's what you want to see. You're in the right place to flash your hood shirt while you're losing your virginity. I like it. I like it a lot. He war-songed her gulch. Oh, unleash the puns upon me. I want them. I want the dirty puns upon me. Right then. Let's do some ERP. Yeah, boy. Well played to the both of you, though. Both ended well. Happy news. A happy ending. There you go. Right, we need... Hannah. Hannah. And Will. He athrede her basin. Arathied her basin. Alteract her valley. I suppose if Warsonged her gulch is allowed, then we can have that, right? Alright then. Are you ready for some ERP? It's been a while, hasn't it? Has been a while. Hello, Preacher! Ghosty if he's present! He's not. Sorry, he's not. I'm from Team Belgian. And I was introduced to you recently because of an ERP novel involving a girl and a member of his guild. You might remember the novel from recent stories. Loving your drama times. I listen to them on SoundCloud while working. That makes the time fly. And I'm here to tell you about my quest for gold via ERP. This story is something we still laugh about amongst the people that were involved to this day. So I'm hoping it can bring a little smile to you and that wonderful chat of yours. My backstory is I used to play Guild Wars 2, mate, a lot. Used to raid on that game in a guild that I considered family. We were one of the first 10 guilds to confirm the first raid win cleared on Reddit. So I always thought that I was pretty much the shit. Guild Wars 2 didn't have something like WoW Progress or WoW Logs. As some people in your chat, right, As some people in your chat might know, though, Guild Wars 2 is a casual game. Raiding was heavily criticized as being elitist and didn't cater for the casual audience. Are you shit, mate? Do you even raid in Guild Wars 2? Because that's hardcore. Are you hardcore, though? No, you're not. Confirmed. Pretty much like, wow. Oh, the daggers in my heart. The hardcore WoW life. My friend had always been bothering me about trying WoW. But I always turned him down, saying it looked old as balls and wank. And honestly, without good add-ons, it still looks old as balls and wank. It is old as balls. It is. It is old as balls. It's really, really old. It's really, really very old. After months of him begging me to try it, having the latest Guild Wars 2 raid on farm. They release a wing of 3 bosses by the time WoW gets 1 to 2 raid tiers. It's pretty fucking slow. And Legion being only 2 weeks away from launching, I thought, alright, let's do this. I bought the starter edition with the idea that I would buy Legion if I liked it. I did want to test out how difficult raiding in WoW was compared to my hardcore Guild Wars 2 raiding, right? Gonna play this girls game that you lot play, fucking raiding, LFR, easy, you don't even need a group mate, you just fucking queue up, wank. After spending an hour or two getting enough add-ons to make the game look halfway decent, I made my first real character on the same server my friend played on, Argent Dawn EU. For the uninformed, AD is basically the EU Moonguard. An ERP haven with Goldshire as its capital. My friend was invested deep in the ERP scene, very deep, on Argent Dawn, and pulled me straight in. I made a female Night Elf warrior because, frankly, I thought all the Alliance males looked shit. I wanted to make a female Blood Elf, but my friend was Alliance, so those were out of the question. I chose to be a warrior because in Guild Wars 2, all classes can cast while moving. You don't need to stand still. And this style of gameplay immediately crossed out all of WoW's standstill casters. My friend showed me Goldshire and its ERP scene, and told me all about how there were people who came here to get some relief and people who came here to get paid giving relief. Relief's a kind word, isn't it? Very kind word indeed. The amounts of gold he talked about, Preacher, made me drool. You see, I'm naturally a hoarder in video games. I don't spend much on anything, but I still want all the things. All the money. I was willing to rock some low standard ERP if it meant I could get some easy gold. Easy game, I thought. I'll write up a few stories to some horny teens, get some gold, buzz off, right? Easy. This is the plan. Thinks he's got some wizardry with penmanship, right? He's going to write some nice filthy stories for some desperate lads, get a bit of gold in the pocket, and then he's going to be good. That's it. It's just for money, right? It's just for pay. At first I started slowly. 1 person a day or something like that in between me leveling and pre-Legion invasions. Just let me power level like a madman and get some decent gold in between. I felt dirty selling my writing skills, especially on EU where it's a literal coin toss if the guy who's paying can actually write a sentence in English, or if you need to be a super detective with a master's degree just to find out what they might like or decipher their messages. I would always just tell myself as long as they paid. Went on for a few days as I found a guild to join. The guild was based in Goldshire and full of ERP and normal RP. I didn't care. It was more people to get gold from, I thought. I made good friends there too. 2 of them were Hannah and Will. A couple. An actual decent people who didn't give a shit about RP as they were just waiting for Legion to arrive. I had some good fun with Hannah and Will as they taught me the basics of WoW. They showed me professions like herbalism, and we'd often laugh about MRP, an add-on that lets you write details about your character so that anyone with the same add-on can read them. I really want to get that add-on and just go and read some shit. I kind of really want to do that. I want to request that when you have some free time, chat, as I haven't at the moment, you just go and have a little look. And let me know if it's worth. Just go, just it's called MRP. Just go and have a little look. Let's go. Yeah, go test it out. Go test it out. See what you find. See what you find. You would write details about your character, and it was commonly used on RP realms. I have some of the ERP characters in Goldshire. They knew I ERP'd for gold, as at the time it gave me so much gold I saw no other way to make this much money in a quicker time. And they were fine with it. Hannah would often tell me to go and talk up some random people in the inn for bants. Hannah and Will often ERP'd together, but that was the extent of their RP situation. One day, though, Hannah told me about this guy in our guild by the name... Who are we picking? Crazy Monkey. Oh, Crazy Monkey. Feels bad, dude. But you knew what you were getting into. You knew. You knew what you were getting into. Don't pretend. Don't pretend you didn't. By the name of Crazy Monkey. Crazy Monkey was one of those guys who couldn't really write in English. But he had gold. A lot of gold. Rumours were that he was just throwing it away to anyone who would even give him the slightest bit of attention. Hannah said she once got 6k just for listening to him talk. Another girl from our guild got 28,000 gold for doing slash dance on him and not going AFK. Hannah told me if I wanted some gold, maybe I should go and hit up Crazy Monkey. But she warned me of his bad English. It didn't deter me. If someone could get 28,000 gold for just a dance, how much would this guy give me for actually writing a whole ERP session with him? Money on my mind, I set out to find Crazy Monkey. I found him in the inn as usual, flirted with him, quickly realizing just how bad his writing was. I kept Hannah and Will updated as I took Crazy Monkey to a cave nearby, ready to work my magic for that sweet, sweet gold. His writing was so bad, Preacher, it didn't take me 2 messages to start laughing at the situation, and decided that this needed to be shared. Below are some of the chat logs I had in that cave. All the names are censored, so it should be fine. What kind of accent do you think Crazy Monkey's got? Okay. Here we go. Grabs. So soft. Oh! Grabs her head from behind and mouth-fecks her. Hey, any of the girls want a good mouth-fecking? Feels it. Starts fecking her. Penetrats. Penetrats. You just got penetrated. Yeah? Penetrats. So soft. I love a good mouth-fecking too. Penetrats. You just got penetrats. All the girls are so wet. Well, that's because of your impending penetration. Yeah? Penetrats. That means he's in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Such penetration. PENETRAT is the best. I like the grabs, and then he goes, so soft. I love this, actually. This is my favorite part. It's not the PENETRATs. PENETRATs is awesome. I like this. That, like, he starts fecking her, which is awesome, right? And then later on, he penetrates. That's cool. But this, where he grabs, and then look how amazing how soft they are. Oh, so soft. Oh my, I mean, he's got to be talking about boobs, right? Oh, wow. I expected them to be hard. I mean, like gristly. They're so soft. It's mind-blowing. Oh, he's fake casting her? Oh, it's a PvP battle? Well, at least he feels it. Yeah? At least he feels it. They could be furry, maybe. I don't know. Plastic. But they're so soft, like a bag of sand. And then the PENETRAT. And once from that point, you're good. Hey, don't blame me. I'm not the one doing PENETRAT. I'm not penetrating you. You're not penetrating me. Right? No, don't put it on me. I was laughing my ass off, and so were Will and Hannah. I tried to get him to finish quickly. Oh, so I could get my money and leave. Crazy Monkey, however, did not. He's in for the long haul. He may have penetrated, but we've got all night. We've got all night. He thought he was genuinely interested in me becoming his girl. And he wouldn't leave. An hour. We finally parted ways. Crazy Monkey was a happy man. He kept sending me lots of O's. Only O's. All context was gone. He was just spamming the key O over and over again. Crazy Monkey hadn't given me a single copper. Oh no! You didn't agree. I don't know how this works. Is the idea that he should just pay you anyway? You should be on the understanding that you're going to pay? Like, there's no contract? There's no deal arranged or anything like that? You just went ahead and did it on the idea that he's going to pay? The dream I had of getting 28k or more was broken. I went back to Hannah and Will. They thought it was fucking hilarious. And they made a big meme about me. I got to 100 the evening before Legion launched and soon found out that herbalism actually got you loads of money in Legion, especially Dreamleaf and its sweet, sweet nightmare pods. As soon as that happened, I left Goldshire behind and never came back. When asked why I was no longer in the inn, as I'd become quite famous at this point, I told them I was only there for the money and picking herbs was way easier. I tried raiding, didn't like it, and I came back in the final weeks of Nighthold when Will and Hannah got me into the raid guild they were in, and I got boosted and able to join them in Tomb. I'm now raiding Mythic after many roster issues in TOS, currently dodging, dipping and diving around those glaives at Sisters. Will did end up paying me a few thousand gold to dig up the old screenshots, so eventually I did make a profit on Crazy Monkey, so we could all laugh at them. PENETRATs is still being thrown around every now and again in our little group of friends, and it makes us crack up at the shit show that is Goldshire Argent Dawn. Thank you for reading my story, Preacher. No matter. Let your chat know how much money ERP can make you. Just don't bother. You might get penetrated. That's on you guys, right? That's on you guys. If you guys want to risk penetration or penetrating, all you. Nothing to do with me. Right, as we crashed, where's the story? Alright, let's finish on a newbie story. Let's have a newbie story. I think we've had enough filth for today. I don't want to risk penetration again. At least I've got a good title for the story. Making a new char right now. It's time for Penetrats. Penetrats is best word. I like it. I don't want to see it on an MMO champion at any point. Penetrats! Penetrats! It does go quickly, doesn't it, Shavin? It does. All right. Let me have a drink. There we go. Good evening, preacher. My name is Charles from Melbourne, Australia. You posh cunt. Charles? It's Charlie. Yeah? It's not getting fancy. Look where you are, son. Right? There's no Charles round here. There's no Charles. You're Charlie. Oh, you're Chaz. You can be Chaz if you want, I suppose. I'm not calling you that, though. You're Charlie. I've binge-watched your Drama Time show, and they helped me get through my day job. I love your show very much and decided to share my little story with you. I was born in China and moved to Melbourne when I was 15 without knowing a single word of English. Are you Chinese? Where are you from? Now, I don't want to come across as racist or anything like that, but Charles does not strike me as a very Chinese name. Call me a liar. Call me a liar. You think? That's... All right. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm curious. I am Chinese. My name is Charles too. Can we believe this chat at all? Okay, let me ask this question. How many of you are Chinese and called Charles right now? Me. Every single one of you. Okay, just checking. All right. So apparently it's very common, ridiculously common, in fact. All right, good stuff. I was born in China and moved to Melbourne when I was 15. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I didn't know a single word of the Queen's. I didn't even know what a cudgel was. I don't think most English people would know what a cudgel is. Guys who are watching Emma later tonight, ask her what a cudgel is. I think that's a strange word to choose. That's a strange word to choose. Anyway, over the next few years, video games helped me build my vocabulary and taught me grammar. But I digress. My WoW story begins in vanilla. Saturday, the 15th of December, 2001. You can't play the odds like that, Medji. Can't do that. I had lost contact with my best friend for 3 months. I decided to check on him as the last thing I heard from him was that he had started seeing a new girl. I needed to make sure that if he were to end up in an acid barrel... Do things a bit differently in Australia, do we? 3 months, might be in an acid barrel. Okay. That if he were to end up in an acid barrel, I wanted to make sure that I could shotgun his gaming PC, as it was better than mine. All right? It's quite common. It's pretty common. Am I out of touch? Am I just out of touch? Loads of people in China are called Charles, apparently. And in Australia, acid barrel is very common, actually. It's a very, very common issue. And of course, he wants the game... That I can relate to. He wants the gaming PC, should his friend have been, apparently, put in a barrel of acid. So I called him. He answered and said, "Yo, I haven't heard from you for months. Are you dead? Because I want dibs on your PC." To which he replied, "Nope. I can clearly hear the tapping of his keyboard. We need a simulation." What? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, I miss you too, bro. Fuck. Died. Fucking mythic. Our friendship. What game are you playing, I said? Our friendship has been based on solid foundation of PC gaming since we met 5 years ago. Age of Empires 1 and 2. Heroes of Might and Magic 1, 2 and Thrice. Magic the Gathering, Diablo 1 and Deuce, Final Fantasy 7, GTA 1 and Deuce, Counter-Strike, Warcraft, Un, Deux, Trois, just to name a few. I'm very familiar with the sounds coming from the other end of the phone. "Wow," he replied. as hastily as before. Is it good? Come over and have a try. I need to catch up on some sleep anyway. Cool, see you in 15. It was 10 a.m. when I arrived, and he clearly hasn't slept all night. I poured myself a glass of ice-cold, refreshing Coca-Cola and watched him play. He was playing a human mage in the Western Plaguelands. He turned a mob into a shep while burning another with fireballs. The third-person view got me hooked. Can I ever go? He said. Sure, just let me teleport back. Feel free to create a new character while I have a nap. He stood up, and I sat down. Later, I got a tap on the shoulder. Pizza, bruv. You want some pizza? What? I said. It was 8 hours since I had sat down, but it only felt like a few minutes. As I was inhaling that pizza, I know there was only one thing left to do in my entire life. My own copy of WoW. Being 20 at the time, having a stable part-time job and no social life, I had the cash to buy any game I wanted. Ha! Checkmate, nerds! Yeah! So I jumped out of bed at 9 the very next day, stormed myself to the nearest electronics boutique shop, bought my copy of WoW, and began. After spending a few months getting a melee hunter to level 41, and a warrior to level 21. That's some good progress right there. That melee hunter's coming on strong, actually. Real strong. Level 41, pretty good. I decided it was time for a change. I decided to create a female night elf druid. My decision was not random. I had done my homework. Druid, as it said on the front page, was the most versatile class in the game. They were able to tank, heal, DPS, both at range and melee. But in reality, it was just healing. Because she had all the tricks under her sleeves, and I committed that I was going to be a restoration druid from level 10 onwards. Leveling as a healer was easy. I was able to get into groups just by doping around Ironforge for 5 minutes. I hit level 60 in no time and started doing all the dungeons. UBRS, Stratholme, Shollow, the occasional Diamall. Mainly because it was too far away. Pop quiz, hotshots. How long Ironforge to Diamall? How long does it take to get there? You're in vanilla. Come on. I want to know the answer. That's how you can tell some real vanilla shit right there. If you did that, real fucking shit. It was about 20 minutes. Yeah, it was about 20 minutes. 20, 25 minutes. Think about that. You fucking wrath babies with your LFD and your instant teleportation. Think about that. About 20 fucking minutes to get from forming the group to the dungeon itself. But to start. Just to start. Pain in my ass that fucking place was. Ooh, preacher, help us get our warlock mount. Ooh. No. No. Serious, I'm not going. All turned around on me when I needed the mana tap talisman, though. I needed 2 of them as well. Really had to make some good friends back then. Really had to get yourself some good friends. My druid was good at healing. She'd healed since the Dead Mines. She had gotten the full Wild Heart set. Yes. One day I got in a group to do Stratholme Undead. Upon zoning in, I realised the other 4 players all had the same guild name. Edgy guild name. Go. Quick, 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 quick. Edgy guild name. Edgy guild name. We'll call it the Slices of Razor Edges. Nice. Yeah. They were all from the same guild, the Slices of Razor Edges. I didn't pay much attention to it and continued with the dungeon. But at the end of the dungeon, I thanked everyone and Hearthstone back to Ironforge. A whisper came. The warrior tank. Oh, we haven't put a name in. Called... let's go with Kendrick. It's a surname, if you're listening. Kendrick. Yeah, boy. It was Kendrick, the warrior tank. Would you like to do Molten Core with us? Sure. What's Molten Core? The fire raid. Yeah, mate. I've got another hour or so before I have to log off. Shall we go then? Kendrick didn't reply for a few minutes. Not now. Friday, 7 p.m. I will whisper you at 7:15 and invite you to the group. Okay. See you then. He added me as a friend. I had no idea what MC was, nor why we had to wait till Friday to do it, as we were both online at the same time then. So I carried on with my normal day. But Friday did come. 6:30, I logged in waiting for that whisper. I teleported to Moonglade. Went to Winterfell to collect herbs while I waited. 6:40, I got the whisper from Kendrick. Are you ready? Yep, inv. Pop-up came as usual. I clicked yes, and instantly, the add-ons I had been told to install for this game all went fucking ballistic. My raid assist was crazy and started filling my screen with so many boxes. There must have been at least 30 players in this group, and more were joining. I couldn't see anything on my screen whatsoever. None of these add-ons had ever activated before. Aww. You're going to need raid assist, you're going to need emergency monitor, you're going to need combat res assist, you're going to need a macro, you're going to need all these things. When do I need them? In a raid. What's a raid? Don't worry, you'll know it when it happens. Boom! Boom! Completely crushed. I got a summon and teleported me to the bottom of the Black Rock Mountain, just above the pool of lava. I had been there several times before, except this time there were loads and loads of people. Everybody zone in. I whispered, Kendrick. How do I do that? Everyone's just disappeared. Are you attuned for the Molten Core? What's an attunement? I was removed from the group. I got a whisper about a minute or so later. You will not be able to do MC. I will help you at some point. I thought that was it. But Kendrick kept to his words. The next day, he took me into Blackrock Depths and I grabbed the core fragment for the quest. I had in my quest log for over 3 months. I turned in that quest. But I was confused by what the NPC was asking me to do. Yeah, I did it. But, the quest guide's telling me to jump through a window. Correct. Are you sure? Yes. Oh, okay. It's all written out like this, by the way. So I dove through that window. I trusted Kendrick. He had never seen me go wrong at this point. And I was greeted by diving straight into the lava and burning to death. Apparently he had to be in a raid group. Oh, what a pisser. I was able to unequip my staff and helmet to avoid durability damage. I remember being proud of that to this day. Fire like a bird. Oh my god, I'm on fire. Jesus Christ. The following Wednesday night, I got invited to the raid group. That was the first time I ever actually zoned into the Molten Core. My jaw dropped when I saw the twin Molten Giants. They were the biggest things I had seen in the game. I took a few steps forwards to really scope out the corner. Zone out, zone out. The Molten Giants started running towards me and the raid chat went wild. I died, along with some other players who were AFK at the entrance. When I zoned back in, there were at least 10 skeletons on the ground. Despite my mishap, though, I was not kicked. I was not kicked from the raid. We cleared until Gar that night. I didn't get any loots, but man, did I want more Molten Core. It was at the end of this that Kendrick asked me if I would like to join the Slices of Razor Edges and become a raider. I said yes. As if I was standing in front of an altar. Looking back, I might have had a man crush on Kendrick. I later found out that the Slices of Razor's Edges weren't actually that good of a guild. I ended up leaving them later and went on to become a raider. Raiding all the way with a proper guild, doing some knacks and going into Wrath of the Lich King. But that was my moment that it caught me. Maybe if I'd stayed in the Slices of Razor's Edges, I wouldn't feel so empty. I would have more friends and family rather than more intelligence on my gear. But now I'm 36 years old. I have a beautiful 2.5-year-old daughter who is growing up to be a Fury warrior. I still play WoW. It makes me feel warm and nostalgic when I go through MC and Blackwing Lair on my level 110s farming transmog. But I wish I still had that team. That Slices of Razor's Edges under my character name. Oh, beautiful, right? That swan dive, though. That trusting fall into the lava. Hey, Fury's looking like it's going to be number one next in new raid. You wait and see. You wait and see. Oh, cute little Fury warrior. Cute. That does bring us to the end of this week's Drama Friday, my ladies and gentlemen. But not the end of us. Tomorrow is the Halloween web show. Get spoopy, get real. We're having the Halloween web show tomorrow. Costumes will be employed. And Emma will be with you in about 3.5 hours. About 3.5 hours. Tonight is the night that Emma enters Legion. Likely? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure what level she is, but she seems convinced. She's bought champagne to celebrate the fact that she's about to reach current content. And you guys have stood by her the whole goddamn way. How you've done that, I don't know. I don't know. But apparently tonight it is going on. So, maybe she's going to get a Lego. Who knows, right? She's going to get a Lego. We'll see. Other than that, if I'm not going to see you tomorrow, I will see you on Monday when we continue our Wolfenstein 2 playthrough. I will save it until then. And then we're playing some Mario Odyssey. And we're going to be jumping and doing all that kind of stuff. So be good. I'll see you again. Bye, everybody. Love you all. See you in a bit. No, I'm not raiding with Emma soon. Nope. Nope.